Hello guys, we'll be back. And no, this is not a game. I'm just using this as Overwatch as a background because guess what? We'll be counting down the worst ults in Overwatch. So of course there's a lot of good ults, a lot of amazing ones, but there are some characters with some very, very horrible ults. These ults are completely not good at all. These ults, you just be like, why does this character have this garbage ult? So yes, the top 5 worst ults of all time. I didn't want to make it a top 10 because it's only 40 characters in the game, and a majority of the ults are pretty good. And even the ones further down, further up the list, 4, 5, are still actually 3, 4, and 5 are still at least useful in some circumstances. Yes, they may not be the best, but they're still better than number 1, number 2. Number 1, we have Widowmaker's ult. I was basically debating myself which one is worse, Infocyte or I got you in my sights. Okay, I'm switching to. Oh, someone else is still playing as Diva. Yeah, I'm playing as Sigma now. But what benefits does Widowmaker's ult give you? Nothing. That's what it does. Oh, you can see through walls. Oh, yes, I can see where my opponents are through the walls. And how many of times does this all actually work for your team? None. Not much. Probably 0% of the time this ult is actually useful. Every time it will make use of the ult, it's like, oh, it's her ult. It's just her ult. It's not really special. It doesn't really help you get kills. All it does is give you can see through the wall. Oh yes, you can see through the wall. So that's a great ult we have here. Number 2, we have Soldier 76's ult. Okay, Soldier 76's ult is basically gives you an aimbot. Yep. And that's all it does. It just gives you an aimbot. It doesn't increase your strength. It doesn't increase your power or anything whatever. It doesn't increase your firing rate of your weapon. It gives you an aimbot. That's all it does. And yeah, hopefully in Overwatch 2 they actually give Soldier a set better ult and Widowmaker a better ult, because really, that's the reason why not a lot of people like playing as them, because the ult is kind of like a super move. Okay? It's supposed to do a lot of damage. Okay? And again, like Smash Bros, I can go over the worst Smash Bros final matches in the entire game as well. And there's a lot of bad ones in that one. I can make a top 10 of that. But yeah, it's kind of like the Final Smashes or a finishing move in a fighting game. It's supposed to be useful. It's supposed to be a move, an attack that changes the game. But Soldiers does not. It just gives you an aimbot. Just why? Why did he even give Soldier an aimbot? Just give him at least something that's at least useful. Or at least give positive side effects. Same thing with Widowmaker's ult. Give Widowmaker like a buff or like a buff to like a attack or something during the ult. So at least it can be at least useful doing it. But yeah, Soldier 36 gives you an aimbot. This makes you very, 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 very lazy as a whole. And yeah, there we go. That's it for the top 2 worst ults. Number 3 is tied. Number 3 worst ult is Winston's ult. So you might think that, oh, you train a gorilla, so you're playing as Raid, so you might do a lot of damage. You're playing a giant gorilla. Oh, nope. Winston's ult. It just pushes you back. That's all it does. Okay? Wardogs does the same thing, but it does a lot more. Does a lot more than Winston's. Okay? And yeah, Winston is not really known for his ult being good. It's also very slow as well. Again, this is a giant gorilla raging, and he moves like the speed of molasses. Okay, well, it's like why he doesn't move. Basically all this ult really does is need a buff, make it do more damage, and push people farther because you find a giant gorilla. For smaller targets and tanks, it could be much more difficult as well. And of course you can make the entire ult better, make you move a bit faster because you're angry. Yeah, it's something that really doesn't. They just really need to buff the ult. That's all. They don't really need to really change it. And next is Reaper's Death Blossom. Reaper's Death Blossom. Oh, heal. Yeah. Unlike McCree's ult, Reaper's Death Blossom hasn't been buffed at all that much. And yeah, Reaper's Death Blossom is basically you go into a area, and how many times have you seen Reaper just go into the battlefield and just die? Just die? A lot of times. So a lot of times as well. And this is actually, Reaper's Death Blossom basically, yeah, there's so many times I saw Reaper go into the battlefield and die. And sometimes you can't get those many kills. Sometimes some people's first, play of the games are actually a Reaper's Death Blossom, but it's, you're going down teleport, you'll probably die before you even use the ult, so that is a very bad problem already. And then you basically teleport and you basically can use, you use the ult and a sniper takes you out. And basically all you do, and all again, Reinhardt does block a lot of ults, but Reapers has a very short range compared to most. It's only okay on, of course, it's only okay on payload maps, but it's completely not useful on any map where on a 2v2 maps, completely useless, because if the enemy team has a bastion, you die, okay, and if the enemy team has a turret or any sort of defenses like a sniper, you die, especially if it's a good sniper. Or any map where you have to take the control point. Yeah, not really. It's only good on payload maps. Only okay on those types of maps. But even then, on the payload maps, you still will probably have defenses to stop the payload from going. And yeah, I only seen Reapers all really work most of the time, get a lot of kills on payload maps. So it's not really a useful ult. Maybe make it do much more. And have a bit more. And again, Reaper it's way more short range. Diva's ult can affect the long range. And there's a lot of ults that just do Reaper's ults better. Even McCree's ult is even better than Reaper's ult. Number 5, Tracer's Pulse Bomb. So out of the 5 worst ults, Tracer's Pulse Bomb of course has to be at number 5. Okay, so you have these time powers. And the best they can think of is a bomb. Oh yes, the great ult that is essentially just a sticky grenade from Halo. But now, instead of being just a normal thing you can use, it's just a one-use thing you have to wait a while to use. And especially when you're trying to kill tanks, it doesn't even kill tanks in one hit. Okay, this is supposed to be the ultimate of a character. Okay, this bomb, it's just a bomb. Nothing else, just a bomb. A sticky grenade at most. And of course, you can get multi-kills of it, but again, it's supposed to be like a grenade or a bomb. It's supposed to be like a sticky grenade from Halo. I've seen people get, multiple kills and sticky grenades from Halo. And yeah, I have a few honorable mentions for this as well. These ults actually do have uses and purposes. McCree's Deadeye used to be one of the worst ults in the game, but they buffed it now. It's now considered a middle of the road ult. Roadhog's ult as well. It's very useful on maps you have to capture a point, pushing a team to basically do it. It does a much better job than Winston's ult at the very least. There as well. And of course Rally, which again I was going to put on the list because I don't care about Brig. But at least it gives her way more health and gives at least benefits of, benefits for using the ult. At least it gives you something, okay? But yeah, most of the ults are actually pretty good. The honorable mentions have some faults, but still can work in many situations. The top 5 worst ults are ults that are just useless in a lot of times as well. These are the ults that you just, yeah, there we go. There we go. The ults that you just don't like using. The ults that don't really help you at all. And yeah, number 2 and number 1 are just completely useless. Okay, completely No, number one, it's like a completely useless ult. Number two, it can be used, can actually help at least a bit. 3 to 5 do have its uses, but its uses are pretty limited as well. So yeah, that's basically it. This is the worst ults in the entire game of Overwatch. And yes, the only ult that's truly bad is Infosight. That's the only ult that is truly bad. So yeah, Real Mega Mains, I'm sorry that I said your ult is the worst in the game. It's just the fact that, yeah, your ult sucks. And I'll probably make a list of the top 10 ults because there's way more good ones than bad ones. Way more good ones than bad ults. Way more ults that actually help the player in game or help other players in game. You know, you know, like for example, Alyssa's ult and Anna's ult. I only have another honorable mention. I forgot Farah's ult, of course. Just like I could put her ult with Reapers. Does exact Farah's ult is number 6. Okay, it's a top 6 then. Okay, I was about to end the video, but I forgot Farah's ult existed, and it's not. It still hasn't been that good. Farah's ult basically is a barrage of missiles, can be easily recounted easily by D.Va or any sniper, and yeah, that's another ult. But again, it's a good for a surprise attack ult, so it's number 6. It's not as bad as Reapers, where you actually have to get into the L. If you know how to play as Farah and position yourself into the L correctly, whereas again that's the whole point of using the ult, and there's no snipers, I think it's better than Reapers and Tracer's ults. So yeah, I might make a whole tier list based off the ults of any characters and how useful they are. But yep, that's basically it about this video. Goodbye.